Okay, so we should be live, guys. If you guys are able to see me and hear me clearly, do me a favor and just drop a 1 in the chat for me. We tried using YouTube on yesterday's call and we messed up a little bit with timing, right? So if you guys are able to see me and hear me, just do me a favor and drop a 1 in the chat for me. It says we have a couple viewers on. Um so if you guys are able to hear me, then yeah, just drop something in the chat for me if you guys can. All right, awesome. Yeah, so that just went through. Okay, so what is good, Leo? And everybody else that is on here tonight. This is like we said, we just switched over to YouTube, guys. So we're gonna be going a little bit slower. While we try and get more people on this call. But if you guys can, if you're in Cashflow in our private Discord, or if you're in our public Discord, or wherever you got the link from, if you guys can, go shout us out really quick and go let your friends, family, colleagues, whatever, partners, let them know to hop on the call with you guys. That way you guys, that way we can just grow with each other, and help, impact more people and help us grow the YouTube channel. It sucks, we were just on Twitch. We were about to hit 100 subscribers on Twitch, and then I talked to some other people, and it just wasn't the best platform for what we envisioned on what we were going to be doing. A lot of people, they try and, the whole purpose of Twitch is like to get people to subscribe to you and like pay for a subscription. And we're not really wanting to do that, so we're going to YouTube just because this is where we're posting our recorded videos. And also, we're not wanting to really charge you guys any money for these calls. And instead, this is all just free value and everything. So, the point of that's why we're switching over to YouTube, right? So we just hit over 100 subs on YouTube, right? So now we're working to get that to like 200, 250 or something like that. So if you guys can, the chat unfortunately is you need to have a YouTube account and not like just open the app. Like you need to have an actual account on YouTube in order to comment or engage in the chat. So if you don't have one yet, make sure that you make a YouTube account and subscribe to the channel, right? That way you guys can get updates. You guys can see all of our newest videos, all the shorts that we're going to be posting, exclusive content, and also engage in the chat. Um, so, oh, Abraham had to get a free YouTube premium. I'll tell you later. Oh, word. Hey, so what's good, bro? What's good? Yeah, so what's good, Abraham? Brass Torpedo. I'm not sure who you are either, man. But either way, we're gonna throw down tonight. As like right now it says we have 8 viewers. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not, but like I said, if you guys can go into the Discord if you're in one of our Discords and just tell people to plug the fuck in, right? Plug in. Excuse the F word, but tell them to plug the F in, right? Tell them to do that, right? Because we're here to help you guys, right? We're here to help you guys. So with that, guys, I'm not really gonna hold too much, farther. Monday nights we're gonna be focusing on Forex trading, and we're gonna be switching our schedule around a little bit, right? We're trying to experiment with people, that work different shifts or work different jobs. So we're probably gonna do like a survey, just asking people what times they prefer. But we're probably gonna switch the Sunday night calls to Friday night. So the schedule is gonna be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? So it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to try and keep the times around the same time, but we're going to be shifting around some stuff, right? So hopefully, Lewis. Okay, yo, what's good, Lewis? What's good, Lewis? Shout out to Lewis, man. Lewis, he got started with a few other programs, and he ended up joining over into Cashflow, and he's about to run it up, man. So shout out to you, bro. But yeah, if you guys can just go into the Discord, it takes 2 seconds, and it really does mean the world to me. That way we can just get more people on the call. But if you guys can, before we go ahead and get into the charts, if you guys can, take a second of your time and go into the Discord and just let everybody know that we're live on YouTube and to plug into the call. And if you guys want to take it an even extra mile farther than that, right? Take a pic of your boy and shout me out on social media, right? Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want to do, right? That way we can impact more people and get more people on the calls, right? So with that, guys, I'm the last time I'll say that, if you guys can, just go shout us out or go show us some love, or go into the Discord and just tell people to plug in, right? But so with that, like I was saying, so Monday night, usually Brian runs these calls, but he had some technical issues going on, so I'm gonna go ahead and take over for today. And you guys are lucky, right? You guys are lucky because I actually have to do trading for myself tonight, right? I didn't get to trade earlier today too much. Where I was in a position earlier, I had a pending order set, but it never hit, so I'm gonna go ahead and look for some trades tonight. And if I find binary setups, I'm going to call out binary setups. And if I call out a Forex trade, I'm going to take a Forex trade, right? So make sure that you guys have demo accounts ready to go, questions ready to go, notepad open, all that good stuff. And hopefully we find some good setups that we all can benefit from and we all can eat, right? That's the whole point. So with that, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to make my screen go over here, right? And for those of you guys that do not know, all of our recordings have been getting uploaded to our YouTube channel over here. And I'll just show you guys that really quick, and then I'm going to pull up the charts. Let that load. Right, so we have a ton of trainings already uploaded on here, you know, that you guys can go and benefit from. So everything that we're doing, all the calls that we're gonna do live, all the recordings gonna be uploaded to our YouTube channel, and they're labeled with what the topic of that day was. So we're gonna be breaking everything down as always, you know, from mindset, personal development, all the way, you know, to foreign exchange trading, spread betting, binary options, and everything else in between, right? So like I said, guys, you know, it's in our YouTube channel. So make sure to go subscribe to it. Make sure to follow with it and put post notifications on. That way you guys don't miss out on anything, right? Like I said, right now we're at 108 subscribers and the goal is to be at 1,000,000, right? So we got to get to 1,000,000 subscribers ASAP. But yeah, so everything is going to be uploaded here into the actual YouTube channel. And we just got started with shorts also. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram yet, right, at Ollie Cashflow and at Cashflow INV, we're posting a bunch of short form content on there for you guys, you know, digest, you know, and just get value from. So the whole point of us doing everything online and us starting to establish our social presence is so that way we can impact and educate more people and help spread the message and the power of cash flow, right? Like we always say, cash flow is a way of life. It is a mindset that you adopt. And by adopting that mindset and by adopting the trainings that we teach, you can go out into the world and start creating cash flow for your life, ladies and gentlemen, right? So that's what it's about, is helping you guys make money, right? We don't got to be doing these calls right now, right? It's about to be 10:30 for me right now, and I could be eating dinner that I still have to go cook, but instead we're here and we're going to throw down and make sure that you guys get value, right? So that's the whole point of the YouTube channel, so make sure you guys subscribe. And with that, right, if you guys have any questions throughout the call, make sure that you post it in the chat for me so that way I can go ahead and make sure, not transfer, and make sure that I get the questions answered, whether it's big or small. And I always say this too, the only dumb question is the one that you choose not to ask, right? So make sure that you're asking questions, you're engaging. If you get confused, let me know, right? But with that, we're going to keep everything pretty straight into it, right? That's kind of the announcements I had to make. So we're going to let this pull up and we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to open up a few things while we get this up and ready, right? So, that way I can get an idea about where everyone is, you know, in our trading experience, right? Whether you're in Cashflow or whether you're not in Cashflow, while I pull all this up, go ahead and let me know in the chat where you guys are tuning in from, right? And also, your trading experience level on like a 1 to 10, right? So let me know in the chat where you're from, and on a 1 to 10, how experienced you would say you are when it comes to trading in the foreign exchange market. While I pull all this up, I'll give you guys a second to go ahead and do that, and then I'll check the chat in just a minute. Yeah, it's pouring where I'm at right now. So if my Wi-Fi cuts out, or something of that nature happens, you know, just let me know. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so we got that pulled up. Yeah, man, you guys let me know in the chat, man. Where are you guys from? What's your experience level? You know, I don't want to be talking to myself all night. Right, but while you guys do that, right, we're gonna look at Forex Factory first, get our news report in really quick. Nothing necessarily we gotta be worried about. No NZD or AUD pairs. It's a holiday, so I'm not trading that. And then tomorrow, we have some big news reports going on in the U.S., so we're not gonna really be trading U.S. in the morning. So we're pretty much good on that. Euro had news way earlier ago. That was over 12 hours ago already. Yes, we're not going to be worried about that, right? So for tonight, we're good to go on the news. We're good to go on the news for tonight, guys. So now we're gonna go ahead and close that out, and we're gonna check currency strength. And I only use. Well, let's just pull up first. I'll let that pull up really quick. Okay. Right. So, like I was about to say, so I virtually only use currency strength meter when it comes to trading forex. I use that because I'm still a scalper, right? Even though forex trades sometimes you're in it for a few hours, maybe a day or two for me. Typically I'm usually liking to be in and out of my trades within an hour, maximum 4 hours. And if I really believe that the entry is gonna go in my direction, but it just needs time, then I'll hold it for the day, but I always close my trades out before I go to sleep, typically, right? So I use currency strength to help me find my exact entries, right? And to help me determine trend a lot easier, right? Even though it's more so a binary options tool, using the currency strength meter, it still benefits you a lot when you're trading Forex just to hone in on your entries, right? Especially on like the 5 minute or the 15-minute time frame, using the strength meter can help benefit you a lot more than you would think. So, but I don't use it for like identifying like swing trades or like looking at the daily time frame because it's not as relevant. But for using scalping strategies, right, and or intraday even, I still highly would recommend using currency strength as an additional tool to help you get higher confirmations on your trades, right? So, I think currency strength is dope, right? And I highly would recommend that you guys use it whether you're trading binary options or whether you're trading forex trading, and if you're doing traditional spread betting, right? So currency strength is good, and you definitely got to use it, right? So I highly would recommend that. As of right now, I am going to be looking at Euro US primarily, right? I've been looking at this pair now for a little bit of time, right? So we're going to focus on Euro US for tonight. And as of right now, Euro US are the same. JPY is weak. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm starting to lag out a bit, but I'm gonna try and close this out. Yeah, I don't have anything else open I can close. Whatever. Yeah, so JPY is weak. Maybe we can do USD CAD, and we'll come back to that. But as of right now, Euro US, it's still in a heavy resistance zone. I've been looking at this zone now for a while. We got two really good doji candles that formed right here. RSI and stochastic look like it's turning down. This looks like it could actually be a good setup right off rip, guys, to be honest with you. Let's draw new fib level. Let's do swing high, swing low. So ideally, I would wait for it to come back down to this gold zone before we waited for it to push back up. But as of right now, right, we have really good doji candles forming there with wick rejection showing, the market tried to push up there, but it didn't really have enough strength. The fact that currency strength is also even, right, it shows that buyers and sellers are both involved right now and that they're trying to make a decision on where the market wants to go. And if we zoom out into a bigger time frame, right, this red zone that we're in, we've been in anytime it's gotten into this zone relatively, the market just straight tanked, right? So as you can see here, right, we got a single touch there and it completely rejected, right? And over here as well, we got a touch and it rejected, right? So right now it can be forming like a potential double top, or possibly some other form of market variation, right? Same thing over here in the past, right? We got rejections over here, right? Could be considered support there, right? And now if we go out to the daily, check that out. Right, this white line is our zone. You can kind of just see where the market would consolidate anytime it came near that white line. And that's what we're currently trading at as of right now. Um, So definitely there is liquidity here for sure. Maybe this can be considered divergence. I wouldn't really bet on that. 4 hour, let's see, 4 hour. 4 hour, it looks like they're starting to want to point down. 1 hour. Yeah, the 1 hour is where it's actually looking relatively nice. Potential entry if I was to take it. Right, let me scooch this over. Right, this is what we're looking at right now. As you guys can see, our RSI is overbought, stochastic is overbought. Both of them are starting to show down. We're starting to get the extension on the stochastic, right? If you guys don't know what the extension is, make sure that you go watch it in the course, right? That way you guys can understand how to use it to your advantage. And then now if we were to add on our last indicator, right, as you guys can see, right, we are getting wick rejection off of this top Bollinger Band, right? So we can still be considered in an uptrend right now. The EMA line is ranging below, right? So that's still signifying that there's buying pressure in the market right now. But that's kind of like the least most important one because we're not swinging this trade, right? We're looking for a quick scalp, maybe 20, 30 pips or so. So like, let's say we were to get in on this entry, right? I would put my take profit right around this gold zone here, and I will put my stop loss like right above this resistance area, right? And if I wanted to make it a little bit sweeter, I could possibly go, because this is right here is going to be a 2-to-1 entry, right? We're going to risk 24 pips to make 50, right? So 25 pips to make 50, so it's a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. If I wanted to go farther, I could make this 75 pips like right around here where this other rejection zone was over here, and that would make it a 3-to-1 risk reward. So what I'm probably going to do is take the entry and go in for partial profits, right? So I'm going to use a moving stop loss, a trailing stop loss, and I'm going to allow that to secure my profits while I'm going into profits and minimizing my loss while I'm in there, right? So when it comes down to trading forex, right, it all depends on your risk management and how much you're comfortable actually risking per trade, right? On the 5 minute for the binary traders, it looks like we did miss a little bit of a setup here. What I would wait for though to go ahead and get in on an entry for binary as well, right, is I would wait for it to bounce off a little bit off of this zone and then come back up to retest this middle trend line, right? This middle Bollinger Band right here. Oops, hold on. I got to get used to scrolling, guys. My bad. Yeah, so for the binary traders, like I was saying, if you guys were to take this entry on binary, it looks like we did just miss that setup, like I was saying. But we kind of looked like we were in an uptrend, right? We were bouncing off that trend, that middle Bollinger Band, right? Got a little bit of a double top that formed on the 5 minute, right? And then now we broke down here and hit this bottom Bollinger Band, right? So what I would probably wait to happen before going in for a sell on this pair for binary is I would wait for it, right, to come back up and retest this middle Bollinger Band right here, right? As you guys know, if you've watched the material or if you've been following us now for a while, you guys know that the middle Bollinger Band serves as an additional form of support or resistance when it's trending, right? So right now, if we're forming a downtrend, as you can see, we had a change of character, right? We broke that recent low, and now we formed a new lower low. So what we're gonna wait for is for it to form a high in this downtrend off that middle Bollinger Band, and then capitalize off that sell right around here, right? So that's what I'll be looking out for trading binary. I'll look at the 1 minute in a second to determine if we have buy opportunities, perhaps. But that's what I will wait for if we were going to be selling this on a binary pair, right? We would be waiting for confirmation of trend, right? And bouncing off that middle Bollinger Band and riding it back down to this EMA line, right? The EMA line is going to form, right, around this area, right? And then now, as I've said it before, the EMA line always acts as a magnet to the market, right? And I'll show you guys this as an example in a little bit, but the EMA always serves as a price magnet, right? I don't know why, but it's just whenever the market gets too far away from, the 50 EMA, the 200 EMA, an 80 EMA, or a 20 EMA, whatever you want to call it, or whatever number or measurement you're using, right? Whenever the market gets too far away from the EMA line or an SMA line, Usually I would say 8 to 9 times out of 10, it's always going to make its way back down to that area, right? So that's what we're going to be riding on happening here, where the market's going to bounce off this middle Bollinger Band and make its way back down to this trend area, or to this EMA line, right? So that's the kind of setup we're looking for as of this moment for binary trading, right? And pretty much similar setup for Forex, for regular trading, right? We're going to want to ride it back down in theory, right? We hit that resistance zone, dropped, right? Consolidated a bit, right? Made it equal low, equal high, right? Consolidated, broke out, retested, right? Now we're back up to here where we just kind of were, right? We're going to ride that back down, right, to that EMA line, and right back down to this gold zone. When it hits that EMA line and when it bounces into this gold zone, right, what more than likely is going to happen is it's going to reach a newer high right around here, right? So that's kind of the setup in theory. Obviously, there's a lot more that I can go into, but I really like to keep my trading simple, and clean, to the point. Find a good entry. If the entry makes sense, right, it's worth taking, right? So the confirmations that we have here. So I always say, whenever you're trading binary, crypto, forex, stocks, whatever it is, you are an amateur trader if you take trades with less than 4 confirmations, right? 4 to 5 confirmations are minimum requirements in order for you to deem a trade as valid, and in order to deem a trade as worth taking or not, right? If you don't have a minimum of 4 confirmations, right, whether it's your indicators, Bollinger Band, support and resistance, liquidity, trend, whatever it is, if you don't have a minimum of 4 confirmations, no matter what marketplace you're trading, you are gambling, right? I'm going to say that again. If you do not have a minimum of 4 confirmations, 4 to 5 minimum, right, you're not trading, you are gambling, right? And if you're gambling, at that point, there's a 50-50 chance you're going to win that trade, or there is a 50-50 chance you're going to lose your money, get pissed off that you lost your money, right, and go in for another trade with even less confirmations and lose even more money. And then eventually you're going to end up blowing your account. You're going to say trading doesn't work. You're going to get discouraged and you're going to quit, right? So I'm giving you guys that as a free gem right here, right now, right? If you do not have a minimum of 4 to 5 confirmations for your entries, you are gambling, right? So what we're going to do really quick is we're going to go ahead and count our confirmations. That way you guys know that this is an entry worth taking, right? So let me do this really quick. Hold on. I'm trying to get someone to hop on really quick. Sorry guys. Here's the link. Okay. So yeah, so this is, we're gonna go ahead and count the confirmations now, right? So we're gonna go ahead, get rid of all of these charts, or get rid of all these lines, right? So first thing we're gonna do is I actually won't be able to get rid of the line, actually, because I need a vertical line. So we're gonna put a vertical line right here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and zoom out, and we're gonna look at this first. We're gonna look at our RSI first, right? RSI is pointing down, right? RSI is pointing down, right? We have our extension, confirmation number 1, right? Clean and simple. Confirmation number 2, right? We have our crossover and our extension on the stochastic, right? The white line is below the gray line, and we officially have our extension, right? Confirmation number 2, right? Confirmation number 3 now, right? We are in a major sell-off zone, right? Confirmation number 3, right? We just reject, or confirmation number 4, we just rejected off of a major whole number being 1.10500, right? Or even 1.0750, okay? And for those of you guys that don't understand the numbers that I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about these numbers over here on the left of this, on the right side of the screen, right? So again, right, confirmation number 1 so far, right? We have our RSI pointing down. We have our stochastic pointing down with the extension, right? We're in a major sell-off zone as of this moment, right? And as you know, I can't really show you guys because of the. Let me do this. Right, these numbers over here on this side of the screen, right? We're in a major sell-off zone and we're in a major whole number area right now, right? If you guys have access to the vault, which has literally like 100 hours worth of me live trading, that's probably one of the main strategies that I use, is using whole number theory, half number theory, and quarter number theory when it comes to trading. And it'll completely change the way that you trade. I probably won't have enough time to go into it fully on this call, but basically, anytime you reach a solid whole number in the actual market price, right? It's a psychological zone where institutions and major traders and even retail traders like you and me, where they typically tend to make a reversal move, right? Or price typically tends to move in between zones, right? If you're at 1.0, for example, the next number naturally is going to be like 1.25, right? Then the next number is going to be 1.5. Then the next one is going to be 1.75, right? And then the next one is going to be 2, right? So that's basically how the number theory works, where it's a psychological number that makes sense and that's attractive to the market, where it's usually a reactive point, right? So as of that point, only work with do those confirmations only work with binary trading, right? So good question, bro. Good question, Lewis. So the question that was just asked is, do the confirmations that I just mentioned only work with binary trading, right? And the answer is no, right? The confirmations that we just described work with forex and binary trading and every other style of trading that there is, right? The confirmations is basically just the strategy that we're using in order to solidify our entry or not, right? But to get more specific, right, the confirmations that I just gave you were for forex trading, right? So for binary trading, it's the same concept and it's the same idea, right? But you just have to find that on a smaller time frame, right? So like how I was saying, the RSI and the stochastic are crossing over right now. If we go to the 3-minute, as you can see here, they're not crossing over yet, right? As of right now, it's still saying that there's buying pressure, right? So that wouldn't be a confirmation for binary yet, right? So as of right now, it's a good sell. It's a good sell opportunity on forex, but forex is the bigger picture, right? And binary is trading on the minuscule time frames. On that, it's hyper scalping, right? So even though we're wanting this to go down, right? What might happen with binary though, the trades that you're gonna be seeing, the market might not be down to this point for another 4 to 5 hours, maybe even longer, right? So for binary, we're gonna be trading this, right? We're trading this movement that happens on the way there, right? So even though we have a forex setup, binary trading is going to be trading the movement that happens while we're in the forex setup, right? But the strategy and the concepts and the analysis generally is the same. You just have to adjust the time frame and make sure that the confirmations make sense on the time frame for the market you're trading and for the amount of time you want to be in the trade, right? So that's the answer to that. The analysis is the same. The confirmations are the same. But what I'm analyzing right now is a forex setup, and then after that, we'll go ahead and we'll look at it on a smaller time frame to get a clearer idea about what's going to be happening on the 1, 3, 5-minute, 15-minute time frame as well, Lewis. So that's how that's going to be working for right now, right? So as of right now, we already have our 4 confirmations, right? Our 5th confirmation at this point, right, can be these doji candles right here, right? So doji candles, for those of you guys that don't know what that means, right, doji candles virtually mean indecision in the marketplace, right? Either indecision, right, or strong rejection, okay? So as you guys can see here, this blue candle can be known as a spinning top, right? So if we get a lot closer into it, right, you guys see how there's a long wick on the top, right? An even body in the center, and then a wick on the bottom, right? So that would be known as a spinning top pattern, right? In sense of the fact that it's happening at the top of a big move, right? At the top of a big trend. Usually that means that the market is setting up for a reversal because buyers or sellers don't know which way they want the market to go yet, right? So it's an even exchange of buying and sell orders, right? And then right after that, right, we had something similar, right, which could be considered, this can be like an upside down hammer, it can be a gravestone doji, or other variations of doji, but pretty much, right, you see this big strong wick to the top side, that big red wick, or that big red wick, right? And what that means is that that people tried to buy, right? They tried to break that resistance area, but the market just wasn't wanting to do that, and there was more selling pressure, right? So basically, what this is saying is that people initially were buying for this hour, right? And then once after they realized that the price wasn't going to break through there, right? Or sell orders started coming in, and bears started taking over in the market, right? And that's why the market closed in the red, right? And now, as soon as that happened, now what will be a good confirmation right here is if we got like a big bullish engulfing candle, right? Or a bearish engulfing candle, right? Where the market has a massive red candle, no wicks involved, and that's showing that selling pressure is evident and that people are going to keep selling and that the market is going to keep going down, right? So something that you guys might not know is that when you start getting a little bit more advanced with your trading, right? If you go to the Discord, and this is only available to the private members, right? This is not available if you are not a paid member in Cashflow, right? So this is only for our exclusive members that have taken the commitment and taken the leap to actually join one of our paid programs, right? So if you go to the private Discord and you go over here to where it says bonus info, and you go to two things. You can go on where it says candlestick TA or market structure TA, right? So what that stands for is candlestick technical analysis and market structure technical analysis, right? So what candlestick TA is, if you click on it, right, we have probably some of the most streamlined information and straight to the point information about market and candlestick patterns that there is, okay? This is probably taken from hundreds of different resources, right? Whether it's books, other groups, Investopedia, Baby Pips, Google, other pages, my mentors that I actually pay to learn this from, right? And everything, we summarized it to a simplistic way that you can understand and start using to start trading candlesticks, right? So if you go down, right, a little bit, you can see where it starts mentioning dojis, right? So what we had here wasn't a hammer, like I was saying. What we had was a shooting star, right? So look at this picture right here, right? As you can see, it happens after a big uptrend movement, right? And then right after that, it's signifying that the market is going to go down, right? Now, this photo, right, take a look at that photo. Doesn't that look very similar to this candle right here, right? We'll do that again one more time. This photo, doesn't that look very familiar to what's right here, right? So by using our common knowledge and by using our additional indicators and by using our additional confirmations, it's safe to say that this can be a smart trade to take for sells to the downside, right? And join the bears as they go in for their sell entries. Okay. So what basically the whole reason why I said that is you guys want to make sure that you're taking advantage of the indicators and the tools that we put out there for you guys, because the Discord is filled with information, not just this, but a ton of other stuff that you guys can use to your advantage to grow and start profiting and not only confidently trade, but improve on the strategies that you're currently using, right, in order to grow and learn and what profit faster. Okay. So if you're in the Discord and you're not using it, you're playing yourself, right? There's so much information that is inside of here, right? Not even just that, right? But all sorts of different other patterns. And then more importantly, right, we have the #1 book in the Forex trading marketplace, in the trading industry when it comes to trading candlestick patterns, right? The Candlestick Trading Bible, right, by I don't even know how to say his name, Munihisa Hama or something like that, Munisha Hama, something like that, right? But either way, that is one of the most renowned books when it comes to trading market patterns, right? And you guys have it in there for free, right, with your membership, okay? And you got to make sure that you read that, right? And then we also have Big Book of Chart Patterns as well, right? And then just other pictures and guides that you guys can use to your advantage, okay? So make sure that you guys are taking advantage of that stuff, right? You know, we have, you know, this is what we're looking to happen next, is a bearish engulfing candle. We're looking for that to happen right around here, right? So that's our fifth confirmation, is the candle right there, right? Right? And then aside from that, you guys can kind of just tell, you know, that we're in an area of resistance, right? So as of that right there, right? Currency strength, we're not going to count that as a confirmation. Um, yeah, opening this website makes it so slow for me, right? And actually, we are going to count currency strength as the sixth confirmation now, right? Because as you can see, the U.S. dollar gained a bar of strength, right? So that means that the market is more than likely going to continue with selling pressure and continue to the downside. Okay, hold on, let me stop buffering. Right, yeah, so as of right now, we have 6 to 7 solid confirmations, right? 6 to 7 solid confirmations, right? And if we want to take it go ahead and go even farther, okay, right? We have an equal high or failed to break structure, right? And then now we have on the smaller time frames, right? We would want to wait a little bit longer, but once we break this line, right, we have a break of structure and a change of character. For those of you guys that like to trade smart money, um, and that's a little bit more advanced for you guys that are brand new. Don't worry about that, right? But for those of you guys that are a little bit more advanced and you're starting to trade, more smart money concepts, or trying to start trading more like an institution, right? You would want to wait until we break this low right here, or break this support level right here, and now that would be considered change of character, and it would also be considered a break of structure, right? So you guys would want to wait for that as well, right? But as of right now, right, everything is signifying that we should be going down into the sells, right? So I'm actually going to take this trade for sells, right? So if you guys are trading Forex on demo or with a live account, you guys can feel free to take this along with me. I'm probably gonna do like $5 to $7 a pip. We're gonna take it a little bit light on this one. Um, but yeah, clean entry. So as of right now, like I said, I'm more than likely gonna take this, and you know what? I'm gonna send this out into the Discord now for you guys, actually. And you guys can go ahead and take the same entry with me. Right? You guys are lucky, right? Usually we were gonna start charging for call outs, right? We're still gonna do that in the future. But the YouTube streams, those are usually gonna be just for educational purposes only. And we were gonna be charging for our call outs and everything like that. But since we're here and I need to take some trades anyways, you guys are gonna be able to go ahead and take this one with me live, right? Even if you're not a student, right? You take advantage, right? Take advantage. Trade idea. Euro USD for sells. Entry. Let's see. Let me move this over here while I type this out for you guys so I can go ahead and get the numbers. Okay, so this entry 1.10548. Take profit is gonna be 1.09827, 1.09827, and our stop loss is going to be right above that resistance, and it's going to be 1.110793. Now that I have that typed, you guys are going to be able to see this exactly. Right, so we're going to be taking partials every 33% of this trade. Market might not move all the way down to the target, so make sure to keep your stop loss trailing and secure partial profits as the market develops. Okay. And then I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name, right? But I've been talking to this guy for a while now, literally over like a year and a half, right? And he's been talking about he's one of those guys that says, yeah, bro, I want to make all this money. I want to do this, this, and that. How can I make a lot of money? Yeah, bro, I'm serious. All this and that, whatever, whatever. But never actually joins, right? And it doesn't join the free course. Doesn't take advantage of the free calls. Doesn't join the paid programs. Doesn't do any of that stuff, right? And I've reached out to him multiple times trying to get him involved in our free programs. That way he can just start learning with us, right? For to do something instead of nothing. But this individual doesn't work, refuses to get a job, refuses to learn how to trade, refuses to do anything except sell drugs, or do drugs, right? And then this individual messages me all the time, right? Saying that he's tired of struggling, tired of doing this, tired, of living like day to day, whatever, whatever. But he doesn't do anything to change his future, right? He doesn't do anything to change his life, doesn't do anything to actually take action, right? And this person just messaged me, what do I need to do to make real cash, right? What do I need to do to make real money, right? And if you're one of those individuals that has that kind of mindset, you're already losing, right? You're already somebody that's not going to become successful in trading or in business or in life because you're focusing on the wrong thing, right? You're focusing on the money instead of the journey, right? You're focusing on the end result instead of starting with step one. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not trying to hate on anybody, but everything starts with adopting the right mindset, and everything starts with you adopting the right mentality and with you unlearning the bullshit mindset that you've had your whole life and relearning a mindset of abundance and a mindset that's not scared to take risks and not scared to progress and do things you've never done before, right? So I just had to kind of say that because he just messaged me, and I told him, "Yo, get on the call." But then he instead that he had to say, "What do I need to do to make real cash? I don't have time for that." Right? So if you don't have time to learn for free and you don't have time to actually take advantage of information that can change your entire situation, you can't really expect to become successful, right? You can't really expect to make it out of the hood, right? You can't really expect to grow or make a substantial amount of money, right? Or retire your family, right? Or be financially free. If you're not willing to do the things that everybody else isn't willing to do, you can't possibly expect to get the results that everybody else wants to have, right? If you're not willing to go through the grind, you can never achieve the results that you want in life, right? You have to be diligent when it comes to your work ethic. You have to be diligent when it comes to taking risks, right? You have to be diligent when it comes to taking advantage of opportunity, right? And if you're not one of those, if you don't do that, you're going to be sitting on the sidelines of life for your entire life, and you're just going to see everybody else progressing faster than you, farther than you, and you're going to be wondering, damn, what did I do wrong? Why am I not getting these results? Why am I not growing? Why am I still in the same place 10 years later? And it's because you chose not to take risks, right? You chose not to take risks, right? So that's going to be, a little bit of a free lesson for you guys, right? If you're one of those individuals that you want to progress a lot in life, but you're always wanting to get the easiest way, or you're always wanting to get the fastest way, or you're always wanting to get everything handed to you and spoon fed to you, right? More than likely, entrepreneurship isn't for you, right? More than likely, trading isn't for you. More than likely, being your own boss isn't for you, right? Because if you have to get force fed everything, if you have to get spoon fed and get treated like a baby in order for you to get off your ass and start doing something that's going to make you money, right? You can't possibly expect to be a business owner. You can't possibly expect to be a trader, right? You can't possibly expect to do anything in life, right? Because nobody pushes me, right? Nobody motivates me. Nobody wakes me up. Nobody tells me to stay up late. Nobody tells me to get on these calls and teach, right? Nobody tells me to learn how to trade. Nobody tells me or teaches me how to run a business, right? But I do it because I have goals and I have aspirations and I believe in myself. And I know that if I don't do it, who's going to do it for me, right? Or am I just going to go around, excuse my language, but bitching and complaining, wondering why he has it, wondering why she has it, wondering why she's learning, why is she growing, why is he learning, why is he making money, and why am I not, right? This isn't a mindset call, right? Mindset calls are going to be on Friday, right? But still, this is a trading call. And for those of you guys that are wanting to become traders or wanting to become better traders, right? Whether you're in Cashflow or whether you're not in Cashflow, okay? If you are a student, even more so important for you guys, right? You guys spent money to get on these calls. You guys spend money to be part of the team. You guys spend money to study the material that you guys have. But if you're just being lazy every day, not doing anything, and then you message me once a month saying, "Hey Ollie, bro, why am I not making any money yet? Hey Ollie, I'm still struggling. Hey Ollie, XYZ." It's not my fault. It's yours. You have to be willing to go out there and take what is yours, right? If you're somebody that you know you're driven, you know you're capable, you know that you want to be financially free, you know that you want to be a successful person in life, why the fuck you gotta wait for me to tell you how to do it? Right? Why the hell do you have to wait for me to text you every morning and say, hey bro, make sure you trade? Right? Hey bro, make sure that you're studying. Why do I have to chase you down to ask you if you have questions? Right? I know how to trade. Right? You don't. Right? You gotta go out there and you gotta take it, right? But if you're looking, again, I love you all, right? But if you're looking for the easy way, or you're looking for the get rich quick way, or how to get cash, right? This isn't for you, right? And if you're not in Cashflow yet, right? Same thing. I'm here to help you, right? I'm here to work with you, right? But a big misconception that people have, and I'll clear that up here really quick, is I don't work for you, right? I don't, right? I'll sacrifice every fiber of my being to make sure that you become successful, but I can't make you do it, right? I'll lay out everything as simple as I can, right? I just explained an entire trade setup that I just took, right? That I'm in the trade. I'm in the entry literally right now. But if you don't take the trade, whose fault is that? Right? Even if we lose the trade, right? We lose the trade, let's say we lose the trade, I'm still going to explain why I lost it. I'm still going to go back and make sure that all of you guys understand why we lost the trade. But if you don't get on the call, whose fault is that? Yours. Right? If you don't take the trade, whose fault is that? Yours. Right? If I make $500-$600 on a trade that you had the same opportunity to take, whose fault is that? Mine or yours? Right? If the thing that allowed me to be able to leave my job is the exact same information that I'm teaching you guys right now, and that's available inside of the Discord and available inside of the Cashflow programs, all of them, the free ones or the paid ones, whose fault is it if you don't learn how to trade? It's yours. Right? You have to take notes, right? Don't get on the calls if you're not going to pay attention. Don't get on the calls if you're not willing to, be a student, right? You have to be willing to do the things that people aren't willing to do in order to get the things that nobody else will have, right? You have to study. You have to put in the work. You have to ask questions, right? You have to engage, okay? So I just went on a little bit of a rant because of that, but sometimes it irritates me, right? I'll be honest. Sometimes it irritates me, right? When I tell somebody, hey, here's the blueprint, here's the plan over and over and over. And then they constantly always just ask the same question. What do I need to do to make money? How do I get rich quick, bro? How do I get cash? Is it hard? Is it going to take me long? Whatever, whatever, whatever. And the answer is yes, it is going to take you a long time, right? It is going to be hard, right? It is going to be tricky, right? It is going to be confusing, right? But now, if doing something hard, confusing, tricky, something that's not going to be fast and that's going to require you to invest a little bit of money, if doing those things allowed you to be financially independent or not need a job or not be broke, busted, and fucking disgusted, is it worth it? Right? You guys got to let me know that, right? And I'm going to clip this, right? So you guys let me know in the comments, is that worth it to you? Right? It's a little hard. You're going to lose a little money. You're going to lose some nights. You're going to get a little confused. It's going to get a little scary. Right? Do those things matter more than your financial future? Right? Do those things matter more than your family's financial future? Do those things matter more than, you creating the life that you've always wanted for yourself? Or are you going to be a little baby and quit or not start because it's going to be hard or confusing or you're scared to lose money? You got to ask yourself that question, man. You guys got to let me know in the comments, right? What are you going to decide? Which one matters more to you, right? A little bit of time, a little bit of confusion, or a lifetime of success and a lifetime of abundance for you, right? You got to decide that. Trading set me free, and it can set you free as well, but you got to put in the time, man, right? You got to put in the time. I was 19, 20 years old, fucking living in a cockroach-infested, bed-bug-infested apartment, okay, for years, right? Sitting my little ass in the corner with my little fucking laptop that I have in the corner of my room now, studying, spending thousands of dollars, right? You guys think you spend money for Cashflow. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on my education, on different courses, mentorship programs, coaching programs. Everything I could get my hands on, I bought it. And I invested into it. And I studied for years, right? I would go to work, 8 to 10 hours, study at work, come home, study for another fucking 5 to 8 hours at home, ignore my girlfriend, ignore my friends, ignore my family, and sat with fucking cockroaches learning how to trade, learning how to do business, learning how to market, learning how to do things nobody else my age was going to do. Okay? And now I'm 24, and look at what everybody else my age is doing. They have a job, they hate their job, they're in school or they hate their degree, and they're not happy. Right? And I was the crazy one. You know what I'm saying? I was the crazy one. Right? Nobody wanted to fucking hang out with me. Okay? But I believed in myself and I hung out with myself. I didn't have a fucking teacher teaching me how to do this. Right? I didn't have somebody on the live stream teaching me how to do this. Right? I didn't have somebody that you can text, right, at 10:30 at fucking night complaining to answer me. You guys do, and you guys don't fucking use it. You know, so, you know, and again, whether you're in Cashflow or not in Cashflow, it doesn't matter. Right? The concept is the same. You have the resources, you have the help, right? But you got to use it. You know what I mean? Now I'm in a position, thank God, you know, because he blessed me, where I have a company and I have multiple income streams and I can trade, or I don't have to trade if I don't want to, or I don't have to do cash flow if I don't want to either, right? But I do it because I love doing this, and I provide the help that I wish I had when I first started, right? That's why I created cash flow, because I got scammed too. I got scammed out of fucking like $5,000 once, and it sucked, right? So I decided I'm going to create cash flow, right, to educate and empower and enrich people and provide the information and provide the resources and provide the opportunities that I was looking for whenever I first started, right? But you just got to start, right? And this is still just the beginning, right? But, you know, Cashflow is, we're going to be a $1 billion company one day, and we're going to have millions of people on the team, right? But you got to start somewhere, man. You don't think I was scared starting a company or starting to teach people how to fucking trade? It takes a lot of, I'll tell you guys this, right? It's one thing to be behind the screen in your room, right? Just listening to me talk, taking the trades. It's a different thing to be here sitting in the fucking office and teaching you guys, right? It's hard. It gets tricky. Sometimes I don't know what the fuck I'm going to talk about, but I have to pray and believe in God that this is my God-given purpose and have faith and do it anyways, right? Who's going to do it if I don't? No one. Right? There's other people out there that teach, but who's going to teach you? You wouldn't have known about trading, right? So I was blessed to be able to help you, right? But I got to help myself. I have to take the leap. I have to take the risks. I have to take the leaps of faith, right? And that's how it works, man. That's how it works, you know? So it's not easy teaching. It's not easy trading. It's not easy mentoring. It's not easy running a business. Nothing in life is easy. Nothing worthwhile is easy. So shut up about easy. Get over it and just do the work, man. Do the work. Right? And mostly, I'm not even really talking to Cashflow students right now. Again, I'm talking to people that aren't in Cashflow yet that are on the call, right? There's a billion excuses in the world, right? Billions. Literally, right? And here's the thing. You'll make yourself make sense about all of them. You'll justify all of them. 3 years will pass, and you'll still justify being in the exact same place. Think about that. Years, months, days. That's just the other way. Days, weeks, months, years, right? Will go by. And you'll make excuses. My life is hard. Work sucks. I'm tired. I lost my money. My girlfriend left me. My boyfriend left me. XYZ, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. So I'll end off my little rant with that, guys. It does not matter. Suck up the excuses. I love you to death and I care about you. I don't care about your excuses though, right? I'm gonna work with you through them. If it's a problem, it's a problem. I'll help you overcome them. But you have to be the one that climbs. Where I'll give you the rope, I'll give you my hand, I'll do everything I can to help pick you up. But if you're just gonna choose to sit down instead of climb, I can't fall off the cliff myself trying to help you up. You know what I mean? You got to do the work. You got to be willing to take risks that no one else are going to do, right? And now again, this is mostly targeted at people not in Cashflow yet, because I've talked to a lot of you guys, right? Where I've had the same conversation with you 5-6 times, right? And you're still waiting to pull the fucking trigger, right? You're still waiting to get ahead. You're still waiting for life to be perfect. You're still waiting for XYZ before you go ahead and get started with trading. Right? Here's the thing. If I waited for the perfect time to get started with trading, I never would have started trading. Right? If I would have, I wasn't in the perfect time when I got started. I was in the worst times when I got started. Right? Literally broke, busted, and disgusted. Wear the same fucking shoes and pants and shirt every day. Now I do that because I wear my own clothes, though. So I do that because I want to. But point being, right, I'll end it off with that. You got to work hard. You got to push yourself. You got to get uncomfortable, and you got to do things you don't want to do. Right? And shout out to the Cashflow team. Shout out to the squad that has been riding and that's been pushing themselves, man. I see you guys, and I support you, and I'm here with you, and I love you guys. Right? But so now we're going to go ahead and continue with that, right? As of right now, we're a few pips in profit. Right? Market starting to drop. Market, I'll put it right here where we got in. Right? A little couple pips in profit. Right, so that's the entry though, guys. That's kind of the entry. So before I move on, let me read the comments really quick. Hey, shout out to Abraham too. Abraham's a fucking G, man. Abraham's a G, bro. We both work at the same place. Where I used to work at Costco. He works at Costco now, but you gotta be a dog to work there, man. You really do. But he's been trading with us now for a while, and he came out to come support me at one of the events that I spoke at. So, and it's crazy. It's been like a year about that already. You're right, man. It has been a while already. But yeah, no, man. I appreciate you too, bro. And I thank you, for being part of the team, man. I love you, bro. But yeah, no. As of right now, do any of you guys have however many it says? How many is on here? It says 8. I still don't think that's right, though. I feel like there's less people than 8 on here. I'm not sure. But for the people that are on here right now, about the setup that we took for binary and for Forex, any questions about that, right? Any questions before I move on to something else? Any questions for you guys? Or for me? I'll give you guys a second to type that in the chat if you do. But I'm asking if you guys have any questions about the setup or about anything that we've talked about since we started this call. Any questions, confusions, concerns? All right. Gotta pick up my pen. Yeah, any questions, anything of that nature? I'm gonna give you guys a second for that. Take your time. Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to stream this stuff on Twitch and on Twitch, on like Instagram and like TikTok and stuff too. I'm just a noob, so I'm trying to figure that out though. But yeah, I'll give you guys a little bit more time. Questions, comments, concerns. Someone just texted me if I use MT4. So I do use MT4. But I use that for my funded accounts and for the challenges that I take. I trade on IG.us. It's a free platform in the US. It's a US regulated broker. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of does suck because the margins suck and the spreads are great. Spreads are great, but margin sucks and leverage sucks on that. But it's regulated, so I've been testing it out and everything. But I'm considering switching back to like Athens or Hugo's Way. But as of right now, I trade on IG.us, and then for binary, I trade for for binary. I trade on a few different brokers. Right, I use Pocket Option, I use IQ Cent, Binary Cent, Vide Forex, and those are the main ones that I use. They're the most simplistic to get into, and they have rollover option, they have double up option for some of them, and so those are the ones that I've been using since I first got started. So those are the binary recommended brokers that I would use, or those are the brokers that I would recommend for binary options trading. Is Pocket Option, Binary Cent, Vide Forex, or IQ Cent. They're great platforms. I've had a couple issues with them sometimes, but they always pull through when it comes to withdrawals and everything like that. The customer support's pretty good, and they recently just updated all those platforms. And a lot of them have apps too. So those are the platforms that I use for trading binary options primarily, right? So Binary Cent, IQ Cent, Pocket Option, and Vide Forex. And then I also do use Nadex. Right, I honestly wouldn't recommend Nadex for new traders. It's completely different than most styles of trading that you're used to. It still is binary options, but it's just a completely different type of trading. It's more similar to stock options. There's expiry times and stuff like that. And you make way less money. It's way more controlled. It's way more restricted, and it's just not the same market that it's not the same type of binary options trading that you guys know and love, right? It's just not. But it is a U.S. regulated broker, so that's the only benefit of it. Guaranteed withdrawals and everything. So you gotta pick and choose. Me personally, I have an 8x account, but I honestly hate it. I barely use it. Um, so I would not use Nadex until you guys are more advanced, right? So that's how I would say about that. And for Forex, um, like I said, I use IG if I'm not trading on a funded account or I'm not taking a test. I don't really use MT4 too much, right? There's not really much of a point. It's a middleman, and IG lets me trade directly on their app, so I don't really need MT4. I can if I want to, but I just don't. Um, Hero FX. I haven't heard of Hero FX though, to be honest, bro. Yeah, pocket option. Yeah, dude. I love pocket option. Honestly, I didn't start using it until like earlier on, towards the end of 2022, because I was just so used to rolling over and doubling up and stuff, and I like that style of trading. But honestly, my trading improved a lot more, and I was getting more consistent profits when I stopped rolling over and I stopped doubling up. And pocket option doesn't let you do that, right? So I love the platform. I think it's a great platform, very easy to use. Um, I noticed there's a lot less spike outs as well. A lot less spike outs on pocket option. Yeah, no rollover though. And then for Lewis, bro, pocket option is only for binary options, right? Pocket options for binary options trading. MT4 is for Forex, right? MT4 is for Forex. So if you were already trading Forex before, so that's where you would use MT4. So we're potentially getting a better entry here, right? Better entry maybe. I feel like we're probably gonna reject off of this little resistance zone right here. This is on the 1 minute though. It's just such a big zone we're in, unfortunately. Right? That's why I gave this pip 25 pip stop loss just in case it decides to push up a little bit more. Maybe even hit the top of the resistance before it wants to work its way back down. Right? Like maybe like 750-ish. It might come up to like right here potentially. But yeah, so if you guys didn't get in on the trade yet for Forex, might as well go ahead and feel free to. Right? And then like I said, right now we're getting that. Let me see if I can go find it for you guys. Hopefully I didn't delete it too far. Come on. I'm gonna have to go back on all of this. Okay. Nope. Okay. Come on. I'm trying to find what I marked up for binary for you guys. Telling you guys how it's gonna bounce off that middle band. Okay, yep. You see? Look at what's happening right now. So this is what I was saying on the 5 minute time frame. We were in that uptrend, formed a double top, right? Boom, boom. We broke trend, right? Forming a new downtrend, right? And now what did I say was gonna happen? We're gonna push back up to that middle Bollinger Band, which is probably what's currently happening, and then we're gonna work our way back down. Right? So I'm not really stressing this. It might even work its way back up to the top Bollinger Band. But as you guys can see, the bands are starting to get closed, right? They're starting to get tight. So when that happens, you guys know that there's going to be a pretty big explosive move. So it's either going to go straight into profits or it's going to explode up and we're going to get stopped out, right? But either one of them is okay. But that's what's happening right now. Like I literally exactly like we just said, right? It was going to bounce off that middle Bollinger Band, right? And then continue its way back down. Right? So, great. Now I lost all my other markups, bro. That fucking sucks. I mean, well, I did that to teach you guys. Excuse my language. Also, I shouldn't be cursing. It's dirty. Yeah. So everything else is relatively there. So yeah. So I'm gonna hold that trade. I'm honestly confident in that. We got a little bit of a bounce off on the 1 hour. Normal. It's nothing to be concerned with. If anything, that's gonna form divergence. Like I said, I'm gonna hold this trade overnight, few hours. If it loses, it loses, right? But with that, that's kind of the setup, right? So so we're gonna go ahead and end the call there, guys. If you guys need anything, feel free to let me know. And also, Cashflow merchandise is now live on the Cashflow INV website, right? I just got this one in the mail the other day, right? As you guys can see, it says, right? Let me move that, right? Cash Squad, right? Cash Squad, right? You gotta be part of the squad, Cash Squad, man. We have a ton of other designs, right? Literally, now that I got my own clothes, is probably all I'm ever going to be wearing in public and on the calls, right? So go get your cash gear, right? When you wear Cashflow, you feel like Cashflow. When you feel like Cashflow, you start creating Cashflow, right? So if you guys can, go to the website, support us, go cop some merch, right? Go cop some merch, right? And be part of the Cash Squad, right? Represent the brand, represent the lifestyle, and it definitely would mean a lot. And if you guys do order it, take a picture of you in the shirt, and we'll make sure that we post you guys on the pages and shout you guys out. Um, yeah, nah, the summit, bro, the summit, man. Have been meaning to make an announcement about that because I'm wanting to go really bad. Some of the people from Chicago are wanting to go. I still have to buy my ticket, man. But I just been holding off because I don't know who all is coming, and I want to buy an Airbnb, or split an Airbnb depending on how many people go. So everyone that's in Cashflow and in the Discord, I'm gonna be making an announcement about the summit tomorrow, and we'll figure out scheduling, prices for everything. Abraham, since you're in Florida, bro, you're maybe looking at around $500, $600 total. For ticket, Airbnb, food, and everything. We're gonna try and be cheap, but and then the time off. So it's gonna be a little bit of an investment still. The pre-sale was better too, bro. I slept, bro. I did sleep. On that. I don't even want to fucking look at the price. But I will let you guys know about that, right? I will let you guys know, Abraham, and I'll let everyone else know in Castro about that too. In email, text, and in the Discord, right? So make sure you keep an eye out for that. We can figure everything out. If we miss it, we miss it, right? But it would be really lit to go to that. There's a lot of people that I want to meet there. But hopefully next year your boy's speaking there, right? Hopefully, yeah, $350 for a ticket now. Yeah. Hopefully next year I'm speaking on stage though, right? Hopefully, right? You guys gotta vote for me though. You guys gotta vote for me, right? But yeah, no guys. If you're not in Cashflow, go join Cashflow, right? We'll change your life for the better. If you're in Cashflow, take advantage of us, and we'll still change your life for the better. And if you guys can, go subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, share, and comment, right? That way you guys don't miss out on anything. Shout us out on social media. I'll be posting trade ideas. Fuck, dude, that is a lot more actually. 175 to 350. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, right. Just go shout us out on social media, right? If I'll be posting trade updates about this trade later on as the night goes on. I have a good feeling about it though. Hopefully, we won't get stopped out. But with that, guys, go join Cashflow or engage in the community. Shout us out, show us some love on social media. It really does go a long way. And if you want to take an even extra step, go cop some Cashflow merchandise, right? But with that, guys, I will see you all on Wednesday night. God bless you all. Stay abundant. Stay focused. If you need anything, you guys know where to find me. Go cop some gear. Shout us out. Show us some love. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I will see you all on the next call. God bless you. Stay abundant. And if you need anything, let me know. Peace.